Coalition Against Unsafe Sexual Education. We at CAUSE affirm that all people are equal in value. We also affirm that within Australian law, all people have the right to live their lives as they want. Further, we believe that children should be raised within the morality as taught by their parents. Safe Schools, what is it? A two-part sex education program under the umbrella name of Comprehensive Sexual Education. Safe Schools was instituted under the guise of being an anti-bullying program. It is in fact a program that indoctrinates students into believing non-scientific ideologies around human biology and sexuality. Sex education, catching on early primary and catching on later secondary. This teaches and shows very young children explicit sexual images and concepts. It also indoctrinates children in matters of human biology and sexuality. Creating a safe space for students from catching on early. In these classes, teachers create a safe space where sexual matters can be discussed. To protect each other's privacy, students are told that no one is to be told what happens in the classroom, and by inference that also means parents. In Genesis 1, the Bible tells us that God created a male and a female and that it was good. In Matthew 19, about 2,000 years ago, Jesus confirms that God made us male and female and nothing in between. What does Safe Schools teach our children? Gender fluidity. This teaches that it doesn't matter what sex your body is. It teaches that the sex you really are is the sex that you think you are. Worse, you can even be no sex at all, or both sexes at the same time. What does Safe Schools teach our children? Even 4-year-olds are being told, only you know if you are a boy or a girl. What do the medical experts in paediatrics say? Statistics from Professor John Whitehall and other noted paediatricians. There are 6,000 genes that determine a person's sex. Every cell has an XX or an XY sex chromosome. These experts point out that our physical bodies are locked into the sex that they are created with. That people with gender confusion have serious psychological, not physical problems. That about 10% of teens have some level of gender confusion. It is these that Safe Schools purports to assist, but in fact the Safe Schools teachings and support adds to their confusion. The experts demonstrate that if allowed to mature naturally, by age 25, virtually all these teens have resolved their issues. What responsibilities have schools taken upon themselves? They teach children that there are many different types of sexual relationships to experience. They teach unscientific gender ideologies. Schools teach sexuality in graphic detail. Sexuality is taught without morality. Schools have teachers discussing their students' sexuality with them. Schools have teachers evaluating students' perception of their gender. If your child does not seem to fit the male or the female mould, teachers must report it. A child can be declared a mature minor at an age deemed appropriate to preserve doctor-patient confidentiality. Thereafter, parents can be excluded from further conversations. Thereafter, the child can be led down a path of hormone taking and sex reassignment. What is happening in our society? Transgenderism and society. Birth certificates are being altered to remove the option of boy or girl. It just lists baby. A recent suggestion is that we should not give babies names, just numbers, till the baby decides what gender it is. Government documents are being modified to allow for a third sex option. Boys can use girls' toilets if they identify as a girl. Sexual assaults have been occurring. No one has the right to question the gender a person has decided to be. Now, girl guides are allowing boys into the girls' change rooms and toilets. What is happening to our society? Transgenderism and society. Men are being allowed to play in women's sports. In Victoria, toilets are being altered. Government funds used to pay for new toilets in sporting venues are only available if there are to be no urinals installed. 2018. The Miss Spain beauty contest was won by a man changed to a woman. In August 2016, a 4-year-old was being transgendered to the opposite sex in New South Wales. What does our future hold for our children? In Victoria, the Labor government is bragging about 98% of state secondary schools having safe schools. Next year, state primary schools are the target. Overseas, that is extended to private schools and no doubt will here as well. Schools are being forced to introduce gender-neutral policies like toilets and change room sharing. What are we wanting? That gender ideologies are removed from programs.
That teens, with family support, be allowed to resolve any gender issues naturally.
That sex ed programs revert to explanations of basic sexual functions. That overt sexual images are removed from all sex ed programs. That sex ed programs are age appropriate. That children are not compromised by being instructed to keep class secrets. That parents have an unbridled access to sex ed program materials. That children are not given access to websites that are related to sex and sexuality. That parents retain the right to determine their child's morality. That parents retain the right to determine their child's direction in life. How can you help cause in this fight to protect our kids? The public are unaware of safe schools. We must change it so they force politicians to remove this toxic program from our schools. Cause is organising letterboxing marginal seats to make the public aware of safe schools. We need volunteers to help letterbox brochures. If we get 20 people, we can letterbox 50,000 homes in a few days. It's good, healthy exercise.
Can you assist with volunteering? Leave your contact details at cause.victoria@gmail.com. Go to our website and watch the videos, www.stopsafeschools.com.
Coalition Against Unsafe Sexual Education.
Thank you for your listening. Thank you for your time.
Coalition Against Unsafe Sexual Education. We at Cause affirm that all people are equal in value. We also affirm that within Australian law, all people have the right to live their lives as they want. Further, we believe that children should be raised within the morality as taught by their parents. Safe Schools, what is it? A 2-part sex education program under the umbrella name of Comprehensive